Hey everybody, Iceman50 here. I was recording, it came over here to Starbucks. See? Starbucks. I like their chai tea lattes. And these are the new Action Heat gloves. They're that I got over at Dick's Sporting Goods. Anyways, what I was telling you guys was it took a minute to actually find them. They didn't know where they were and had to go all around, and you know, I kept telling the guy, no, your system says that, you know, you have them in stock. And so anyways, went there on the weekend, we found them, and we're trying them out for the first time right now. The palms are definitely toasty already. We'll see if any of that heat makes its way down to the fingertips. But yeah, I got a thermos from Starbucks a while ago, so I could, you know, come over here and get a cup of tea and pour it into the thermos, and then I can ride with it. It stays. This thermos from them is like 20 bucks, but it's like a green. It almost looks like a Stanley, you know, like your dad's Stanley thermos. It's got that kind of hammerite green coating. It's pretty cool. Anyways, keeps my drinks warm for a long time. You know, it'll stay warm until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. But yeah, so that's what I did. So we're gonna see how these gloves do. I like that the palms are heated. Like I said, I'm just hoping some of that heat makes its way down into the fingertips. These have got the thin insulate in them. I don't exactly know how much. I'm guessing 20 grams, kind of like my other winter gloves. These are just like them, except they got the heaters in them, and they got longer gauntlets on them, which is good. You know, they cover up over my jacket sleeves. We're on our way to work now. It must be past 6 o'clock. I don't know. So I'm using my visor to try and keep some of this cold air out of my eyeballs. When I can't use my shaded visor, I got to use the clear one here. But if I close it, I sound all goofy with the microphone. It sounds like I'm stuck in a well with Timmy. So I was having a conversation with a viewer on one of my viewers on YouTube about chains, because, you know, I told you guys that this chain's got to go. I was hoping to hold out for the winter, but I don't know. Anyways, I was the chain I was looking at. You know, I knew I wanted a D.I.D chain, and it was a 420. I just didn't know how many links. Somebody, like I said, a viewer, Mr. Nobody, shout out to Mr. Nobody, gave me some good info, told me where to find the best price. This sprocket center .com, they have D.I.D 420V O-ring chains. It was 54 bucks, and they're 108 link chains, apparently. That's what he said for the Grom. So that's what I went with. I looked them up, and I ordered one. Should because you know, I was hoping to get some life out of it, but you know, I certainly don't want my chain coming off. So, and it's a pretty shitty chain. He was saying that his stretched real bad. After less than 2,000 miles, I got, what do we got here, 2434, so I got basically 2,500 miles. So yeah, and it's stretched quite a bit. Like I said, I adjusted it. It's good at the moment. It's not, it was super fucking floppy the other day. Excuse me, when I did my exhaust. So, but yeah, so we got that on order. It'll be coming in like 2 to 5 days or something. I don't know, whatever. So we'll see about that. We'll have to get that on here at some point. I gotta get maybe when I get paid next week, I think I'll order I gotta get a motorcycle jack, you know, or something. I got my regular car jack, but I need something else. Harbor Freight has just cheapy jacks. They're like $80, I think, and it's a lift stand. It's not really a jack or whatever per se. I mean, it is, I guess. You step on it and it lifts it up. I would call that jacking it up. So, but yeah. So we got to do that. But then don't forget, I still have the TST Industries billet chain adjusters. I just haven't put them on because I didn't have a jack. I mean, I do. I just didn't want to do it with a car jack, you know. So 5-0. Is he making a left-hand turn? Yes, he is. So he's going to be coming this way. Let's see. So, how are the gloves so far? They're staying heated in the palm, like the lower area of the palm. You know, they're not necessarily up in the fingertips, but are my fingers a little cold? Oh, this guy's got a body hanging out the trunk. Dang. It's Halloween. It's got a zombie body stuck in his trunk. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I certainly wouldn't want the attention of the police. What is that? But yeah, so far okay. I mean, they're keeping the palms of my hands heated. So we'll see as we get to work here. It feels all right. They were only $50 at Dick's. Dick's Sporting Goods, that is. So, but yeah, I don't know if you guys, you know me, I like sci-fi stuff. I told you I like Star Trek and Star Wars. I know, I'm the unicorn. I think I've said that before. But been watching, it's a new prequel series called Andor. And it's actually been pretty good. It's not too bad. I like it because it's like, this is like early, you know, Rebel Forces times, right? So it's just at the beginning. They're following this guy. At first, you know, I'm just gonna say that I had this weird feeling that the main character, like, could be Han Solo. I don't know. That's just my guess. I don't know anything. But yeah. So we're up to season 1, episode 5 now. So if you like Star Wars, I would check it out. It's pretty good. So it's like you can see the beginning of the Empire. I mean, you know, they're already kind of somewhat established, and they're starting to get dirty. They're starting to get evil. Well, it's actually a pretty good story. I don't mind it. So then again, I like Mandalorian, and I did like the Book of Boba Fett too. So this one, it's pretty good. You know, it's the same CGI quality. It's not hokey. You know, it's pretty good. So if you didn't know about it and you like Star Wars, then I would go check it out. But when I was in the fuck is stinking. Oh, it's diesel. Man, you can smell it. Oh, and I think somebody next to me is smoking. Whew. Smoking cigarettes. Look at all that smoke in front of my headlight there. From the car in front of me. Should be steaming. Oh God, that diesel stink. I tell you guys, for me, that stuff really bothers me. That stuff gives me a headache. That diesel exhaust. So anyways, I was in Starbucks, and you know, I had my badge on me, and I two badges. I've got, you know, my Fermi badge, and then I've got another badge that I made for myself, seeing as I'm a accredited independent videographer. You know, you don't want to get caught with your pants down. I'm part of an official organization, so that anybody wants to question what I'm doing with a camera, you know, I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story, as they say. Morning. How you doing?
I like it. Little Grom.
Heck yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much.
All right, well, have a good one.
Mine over there. I think I'm gonna put her up this week.
Oh yeah? I last year I went all the way to New Year's Day.
Yeah,
it was like
it was warm too.
Yeah. So
right.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
All right, see ya. Nice. Oh, you got some kind of bike. That's cool. I thought he was saying he had a Grom, and I'm like, oh, that's even more cool. But no, he said he thought he was going to put it up this week. Oh man, come on. You can ride all the way to January. Or you can ride till it snows. But it doesn't snow here until January. So that's awesome. Who knew? Anyway, so I was just saying that she noticed, she's like, oh, a press badge? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's my. She's like, who do you work for? I'm like, I'm an independent journalist. I'm like, you're reminding me. I said, I actually work at Fermilab. Oh, that's interesting. She says, I'm not from around here. I'm like, yeah, they're the place over there, you know. And she's like, oh, you know. I said, yeah, they smash atoms or whatever. I go, well, they're not anymore. But and she's like, oh, you know, ripping holes in the fabric of space and time. And I go, come on. I go, that's bogus. That's not happening. She's like, well, that's what I hear on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God. See? I don't really get on Facebook much. Only to post updates about my videos and other friends' updates and stuff. I don't get my news from Facebook. That seems kind of like a bad idea. So when people were ripping the holes in the fabric of space and time, come on. I even seen that stuff on YouTube. They're like, are they going to create a black hole? You know, and it's like, stop. You know, what a joke. You know. Man, I noticed with my high beams on, they kind of flashy flash. It's weird. Anyways, so the hands have stayed pretty warm. The fingertips still a little cold. You know. Yeah, better stop. My guy. So they're still a little cold, but it's not bad overall. I'd say they were worth it. They said that, you know, you should last on, you know, good full batteries. You should last about 5 hours. So that's good. I should get a bunch of use out of them. I am experimenting on the left hand. I got Duracells, and on the right hand I got those 1.5 volt LiPo AA's that I would put in my Game Boy. I have a spare set. So, but yeah, can you see? I take a look at them. They look pretty good. Action heat, right? So they got the nice thing here. You know what's weird is I feel like look at this. I feel like somebody was like fucking with my clutch. This is really weird. It felt fine the other day, and now today it feels like the clutch point is way up here and it's kind of floppy. I guess I might have to pull this off and tighten this up a little bit. We'll have to check that out in the afternoon before I go. It felt really weird, like almost like, you know, the clutch is just right up at the top, and then it just, I don't know, it's weird. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Easy. Hey everybody, just a quick note. I put my regular gloves back on, and The clutch feels like it normally does, so it's definitely like the paddedness of those gloves that I'm using. And they must be even more padded than my other winter gloves, so I think that's it. I still might adjust my clutch, I don't know, but for the moment, it's pretty good. Oh man, that thing's like a Harley or something. Old guy was staring at me. Looked over. Come on, man. I think most people think, like, is that thing street legal? Most people don't think this thing